Hi everyone, I'm Ubish from the Freedom Geek team, and today I'm here with James. Thank you so much, James, for having the time to get this interview. Can you please do a short introduction about you and your business?
Sure, and thanks for having me. In short, I operate in Bristol in the United Kingdom, where we specialise in developing property. So in short, we'll look for the properties, we will buy them, refurbish them, and sell them on.
That's great. How long you have been working with your VA?
So we started working with Lillian about 5 months ago. We got her through the Freedom Geek through a relatively smooth process. And she's been basically learning the ropes as we go along. Actually, I'd say she's fully fledged now, and she's running departments of the business very smoothly and almost entirely autonomously too.
So how did you even heard about virtual assistant?
So in the property world, there's a big networking community. So as soon as one person finds something that works, people tend to talk about it. A lot of property professionals who spend a lot on the computer, it seems to be a nature of the business, therefore have a lot they can hand over. And so getting a virtual assistant seems the obvious thing. They can do pretty much anything you can do on a computer. And so to be able to offload that burden to someone else so we can spend more time meeting people, finding properties or managing projects, then that's surely a much better thing.
Did you have any concerns when you were starting to work with a VA?
No, not really. I suppose if there were any concerns, it was how we were going to get them to learn what we had learned being so far away. So that there was clearly a concern that without them being here and being able to see us do the properties, they wouldn't really get that tangible feel almost of the way we operate. But I suppose that wasn't really necessary. That wasn't really a concern in the end, or it shouldn't have been a concern. She learned all our process very quickly. We talked her through a lot of what we do, and I don't think we've really had to repeat anything twice. She's picked it up, and she's doing the job almost just as well as we did.
Do you think that there is any specific time on a business when it's better to consider to hire a virtual assistant?
Yes, I think to go in straight away means you'll be trying to work it out with your virtual assistant. I think that'd be too early. I think once you've done a bit of time doing the business and having got it reasonably well set up, and most importantly with some systems in place, then you can start looking for virtual assistants, because they can't do your work for you until you know what the work that they need to do is. So learn your business. Once you have some processes, ideally, then you can start handing them over to an assistant. Once they're there, they'll learn the business, they'll learn the processes, and they'll be able to start developing them themselves too.
And when you were starting to work with your VA, did you have any pleasant surprises?
Pleasant surprises, yeah. So she clearly done her research. So we got to interview 3. This one, I suppose, stood up because she clearly looked up what we do. She looked up our company, and she looked up a number of ways by which we operate. Not quite sure how she got some of that detail, but well done her. Some good undercover work. So when she came in, she already knew what property was about. She knew what the various internet platforms were and how they might assist us. And she's already very knowledgeable and experienced in using Excel and Microsoft Word and so on, which made it all very easy. I suppose one other big one for me is that I am terrible with accents. Even if somebody's from a neighbouring county, I may struggle to understand what they might say, what they might be saying. So I was a bit concerned that maybe I wouldn't understand the accents of a Filipino co-worker, but no, she speaks excellent English and writes almost as well as I can. And so, yeah, there were some very nice surprises that made it a much easier process than I expected it to be.
That's great. Do you have any advice of how to build a good relationship with your VA?
I think so. At the beginning, to get that relationship going, you need lots of FaceTime. You can't send her some instructions and just say, learn these, we'll send you information, and just do it as the paper says. I think plenty of time on Zoom, face-to-face, that we get to understand each other and build a personal connection. It's critical to getting their loyalty and their commitment to the business, and also to understanding how the other person operates. So the more she understands about me personally and professionally, and also my business partner as well, who I work with, the better it was for getting her on board and to understand the business. It also means that she can phone us whenever she wants without, feeling that there might be some formal relationship required. The more simple it is, the better she knows us, the more effectively we can integrate. And that needs to be by lots of FaceTime early on. So we're FaceTiming every day, or Zoom, having a Zoom catch up at 10 o'clock every day for the first few months.
Are there any specific things that you like the most about your VA, their attitude, that they are reliable, that they are fast, maybe?
I think so, reliability. So she would always be at the computer for her 4 hours. We're doing 4 hours a day. We've basically got a window. We could operate a different way. She could, we could ask her to do something throughout the day, but we give her 4 hours a day, and she gets it all done in that window. So, and we've taught her how to prioritize. We just tell her what the priority is, and she'll get on with those priorities and get them done. So she prioritizes things well, which makes it all very nice and easy to work with. A lot of it's done overnight as well. She might do some things overnight, so when there's extra work to be done. So we had something last minute to be done. Here in the UK, we're going to bed. If we had a staff worker in our office and we need to get it done overnight, well, that person's going to go home. It's time to go to bed. So having someone in the Philippines can take on a bit of work for us and get it done overnight, so that we can present our analysis to a client or a estate agent the next day, that really does help us hugely as well. It means we can do work overnight.
Yeah. Do you have any estimated hours that you are saving with working with a VA?
Yeah, so she's doing 4 hours a day for us, which means obviously we save 4 hours because she works as quickly as we do in many ways as well. So it is 4 hours a day at least between us. But not only that, she's learned a lot of what we do quicker than we do. Maybe we're getting distracted by phone calls or need to go and do things. But if we could send something over to her, for example, comparables to compare a house we're looking at against all the others, it might take us a couple of hours to be walking in and out. We won't get it all done. She'll just nail it in, say, 40 minutes and get it back to us because she can just focus the time on that and therefore do it more efficiently than we can. So at least 4 hours a day is saved by using our VA. And that may go even more as she gets a better hang of our processes and also starts to develop our systems further through her own ownership of them.
How do you think working with a VA has impacted your business?
Positively, obviously. So she's had a good impact on it in that we can just throw her these things that we need to get done. There are lots of deals we've missed out in the past where we just haven't had the time to do the comparables. They are a fairly lengthy process because when you buy a property project, you want to make sure there's enough margin in it. You've got to get that right. So you're investing a lot of money. So we have to make sure we get it right. So we don't get the satisfactory due diligence done, we can't offer the property. But by sending that process over to her, we are able to get that done. It goes to the property and then we can offer a property. So we are now being to offer many more properties confidently than we could in the past. So not only are we saving some hours per day, but we're also getting more and more work done and we become more effective by having her in the background doing this stuff that would otherwise take us, I think, longer to get done.
Do you think your VA is an essential part of your business now?
She is becoming very much so. If we lost our VA, clearly we wouldn't be able to. We'd trundle on, but we've got to the point where she is really effective at that department, more so than me, and therefore our business would lose a lot of its efficiency and effectiveness if we lost her. So in terms of what we pay, we are absolutely reaping the rewards. So she is definitely, in my opinion, essential to the business. And we would be performing much less effectively without her.
So if somebody is watching this and maybe they are hesitant about starting with a VA, what would you tell them?
I think if you're happy your systems are in order, you have a rough idea of what you need, what you can hand over to someone else to free up your time, then you are ready to get a VA. They are highly affordable and you will save a lot of money just by getting one. So both your money and time will be saved by getting a VA who can help you. So I fully recommend getting one as soon as you're happy you have things to hand over.
Well, James, thank you so much for having this interview. I'm sure that a lot of people over there will find this very helpful. Do you mind to share your business or personal social media in case that anybody wants to reach out to you or know a little bit more about you and your business?
Of course. Yeah, absolutely. EMJA_group is our Instagram account. And our email is best done on info@emjagroup.co.uk.
Perfect. Thank you so much, James, again for your time. I know that you are really busy always. So thank you for this interview. And I'm sure that a lot of people there will find it very useful. So thank you.
It's lovely to meet you. And thank you.